Hey guys, even though my channel is about 99% video games, I want to talk about soccer today, specifically Chapecoense. If you haven't already heard about them, well, this is your chance.
Da Chapecoense, Bruno Rangel pra bola, gol da
5 years ago, the modest Chapecoense reached the South American Cup final.
Danilo classifica a Chapecoense.
Ainda o segundo antes do final do primeiro tempo. Vieira vai sobrar, Gil, mandou pro gol. Gol! Jogada do herói Danilo com o pé direito para salvar o time, como já salvou em outras oportunidades. Vai acabar o jogo, não foi agora, não vai ser mais. 40 ainda pode acabar, seu juiz.
Then, on November 28, 2016, they traveled to Colombia to face off Atlético Nacional. However, they never got to their destination. Lamia Flight 2933, their rented commercial plane, crashed, killing all but 6 passengers on board, with 3 of the survivors being players. Only Alan Russo continues to play. Neto and Folman ended their careers due to injury. Brazil was pretty shocked by the event, and that's all that was talked about for the following days. The rest of the world paid their respects too. It just so happened that the second leg was going to happen in my neighborhood due to CONMEBOL regulations. Unfortunately, that wasn't to be, but I attended the ceremony, which happened in Curitiba, Brazil. It was a great homage, especially because I've never seen rival fans come together. Atlético Nacional were gracious enough to give the title away to Chapecoense, and one could argue that they were favorites anyway. Like I mentioned before, Chapecoense are a modest team. In Brazil, underdogs are a big sensation. If you're European, it's like the equivalent of, I don't know, like Rayo Vallecano, Venezia, or Norwich City winning the Europa League. Although it almost happened in the 2002 Libertadores with São Caetano.
Bateu o Olímpia, campeão da Taça Libertadores, que foram a São Paulo acompanhar a partida.
So one of the reasons I made this video is not just because it's a 5-year anniversary, a tragic one at that, but because this jersey that I have here actually has the entire team's signature. Now, not everyone from the crash, of course, but this is a 2015 model with at least 7 of the autographs from deceased players. And it's such a piece of history that I felt compelled to buy it when I found it online. It's legit. I mean, sports jerseys, you know, autographed sports jerseys are not the rarest thing in the world, but for some reason this one really caught my attention, especially because I went to the celebration at the stadium. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and without further ado, Força Chape. Hey, I didn't want to talk about this in the video, but before I end, maybe it would be best if I mentioned the cause of the accident. So Chapecoense took off from São Paulo to Santa Cruz de la Sierra, a layover on the way to Colombia. There, the team and entourage only would board Lamia Flight 2933. The pilot was actually the owner of Lamia, a Bolivian company that was broke and in financial turmoil. What was soon discovered was a series of inexplicable amateur errors, along with a couple of illegalities. 1. The pilot guessed the fuel would be enough to reach the destination, so he lied about the quantity in his reports, because cheap. 2. The cabin crew, only in mid-flight mind you, calculated whether or not they would make it. When they saw it wasn't enough, they asked the control tower for a landing without announcing Mayday or any type of emergency. 3. They were ordered to cruise whilst another flight took priority in landing. The crew still didn't report anything about the fuel. Of course, doing so would inevitably get the pilot in trouble, as knowingly flying with insufficient fuel is illegal. 4. As someone who plays video games, this one blew my mind the most. The pilot lowered the landing gear and then engaged flaps to begin descent, even though the engines had cut off. If that's not stupid, I don't know what is. I mean, it's just aerodynamics 101. So even though the crew paid the ultimate price, it still left a bitter taste with so many soccer fans, especially the families. I looked up to see if there wasn't some sort of crowdfunding or any official means to help out the families of players, even 5 years later, but I didn't find any credible means to do so. Thank you for watching.
Brasil!